The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
The Phoenix Suns come home to the U.S. Airways Center to open a two-game homestand. The Suns still mathematically alive in their bid to make the playoffs, square off against the red-hot Oklahoma City Thunder. Hi, everybody, with E.J. Eddie Johnson. I'm Gary Bender. Well, Eddie, the Suns had another fourth-quarter meltdown in Sacramento, losing for the third straight time to the Kings.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they just could not close at the end of the game, and that's what we've seen all year long with the Suns, and it definitely dealt a huge blow to their playoff chances.
Jared Dudley, in his second consecutive start, was probably the best player on the floor. He had 8 of 13 shots and had 5 steals.
He's enjoying the opportunity to start and get primetime minutes, and he won't talk about it, but you can tell in his play that he does not want to give up this starting position again. He has worked hard to just get there, and I tell you what, he is putting up tremendous numbers.
Well, one of the stories is that Josh Childress is getting some playing time down the stretch. And he had his second straight double-digit scoring game, hit all 5 of his shots last night.
You know, I just really respect Josh Childress because, you know, this guy was signed as a free agent in the offseason, got a pretty doggone good contract, which means you're expected to play a role on this team, and he hasn't had the consistent chance. But yet, when his name has been called, he has played with tremendous desire and effort, and I just applaud his work ethic and his professionalism all year long.
He has had great patience waiting for his chance. Well, Oklahoma City won their 4th in a row last night as they won in overtime against Golden State. Kevin Durant had 39 points in the game, and the 22-year-old for the second year in a row is leading the league in scoring.
You know what? They're approaching the playoffs on a good note. They're playing consistent basketball. They're rounding into shape. Kendrick Perkins is finding his way into this lineup. They are a big team now. They were a soft team, supposedly. Small guys, play with speed. Now they can bang with anybody. This team right now, hey, they are a threat in the Western Conference.
Well, one of the reasons is their point guard, Russell Westbrook. He made his first All-Star appearance. Eddie, he may be one of the top 5 most explosive players in the NBA.
You know, from that UCLA factory of point guards, I mean, this guy has jumped out to me in front of everybody. He was MVP consideration early in the year, had to take a seat to Kevin Durant as the season went along, but he is a quality point guard, and he plays powerful.
Grant Hill last night scored 9 of the first 16 points for the Suns. Tonight, the challenge, the leading scorer, Kevin Durant, will be back. The Suns and the Thunder next. Phoenix Suns basketball, presented by Casino Arizona on Fox Sports Arizona, is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. By Schwartz Laser Eye Center, TMI.com. See the best you can see. Casino Arizona, feel the win. And by Southwest Airlines, new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, and no blackout dates. Welcome to the Purple Palace, where tonight the Suns hope to snap a 3-game losing streak against Oklahoma City, who has won 10 of their last 11 games. Time for the accident and injury update, brought to you by the law offices of Alcock and Associates, dedicated to helping the seriously injured. Call 602-989-5000 for your free consultation. Michael Petrus has missed the last 3 games with a strained quadriceps tendon in his right leg, and he's out again tonight. The Thunder lists backup center Nick Collison on the injury list with a sprained left ankle, but we were told he will play tonight. It's a back-to-back game for both teams as they meet for the 4th and final time this season. Back with the starting lineups after we step aside. Games left, including tonight. They have lost 2 of the first 3 meetings with the Thunder, including Oklahoma City only visit here. Tonight's starting lineups are sponsored by MidFirst Bank. MidFirst Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Phoenix Suns. Stop by MidFirst Bank today to get your Phoenix Suns check card. For the third straight game, the Suns will start Dudley and Gortat. They've averaged 39 points in the last two. Prior to the 11th 20-point game last night, Gortat 19 straight double-doubles. Alvin Gentry said, "We're still alive in the playoff race, but on life support. The way we're playing, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs." The Thunder looking for their 50th win of the season, have won 4 in a row. Durant is averaging almost 28 points, Westbrook 22. Kendrick Perkins coming over to trade from the Celtics. Since he's been in the starting lineup, they're 7-1. Ibaka is number 4 in block shots. Scott Brooks, last season's Coach of the Year, has the Thunder in the playoffs for the second consecutive season. With the win tonight, they would post that second consecutive 50-win season. The quote of the game is brought to you by Geico. December 23rd, 2009, Alvin Gentry had this to say about Thunder star Kevin Durant. "I think he'll be one of the all-time great players in the game. There's nothing he can't do."
I agree. I concur. I mean, this guy, he works on this game. He's the consummate professional, though. I mean, he's a great teammate. He's showing great leadership. I mean, he has the full package, so I expect nothing but greatness from him.
So the Thunder come in here after that overtime win last night against Golden State. They are outstanding on the road. They have only 4 teams in the league that have won more games on the road than they have. Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Well, Eddie, what are the keys to this game tonight?
Well, it's been a long year, and we've talked about keys in each given game, and now the Suns face a team that's already stabilized in the playoffs. So what do they do to get their confidence up to still make a run because they're not eliminated? Well, they need to clog the lanes against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have to make sure that Westbrook does not get into the lane early and often because it creates a lot of opportunities for the other guys other than Durant. And then, look, they got to focus till the final horn. They're losing games in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's not how you do in the first 3 quarters or the first 3.5 quarters. How do you close the game? This is something the Suns over the last 4 or 5 years have been as good as any team in the league at doing. If the game is close, they found a way to win. This year, it's been very difficult.
They got to finish well. One of the keys, of course, is how Grant Hill guards Kevin Durant. He was 8 of 19 in the last game shooting. He is really 19 of 49 shots in the 3 games, so they defended him pretty well.
Yeah, and look, Grant obviously has watched tremendous film on Durant. He knows how to play him. He's not overly physical with him all the time, and I think it's bothered Durant.
Here's Grant Hill. Solid game last night, 15 points, 4 assists. He had 6 points early on a breakout, and that's a nice start for Channing Frye. Frye came on last night, ended up with 21 points after a slow start.
Yeah, played well last night, and normally he can carry that over into another good game.
Suns up 2-0, and it goes, and quickly sweeping in is going to be Kendrick Perkins, a former Boston Celtic. And Alvin Gentry feels that he's the final piece of the puzzle for this team. He thinks they are really now title contenders.
Well, they have some big bodies, so that's what they needed based on the way they played in the past. But now with Perkins in there and Ibaka playing like he is, they're pretty good.
How about Dudley? Dudley is averaging 20.5 points in the last 2 games. He hits his first shot of 3. The Suns up 5-2. Dudley in his 3rd straight start. And I mean, he has stepped up big time.
He is. And again, I think, he loves the fact that he started. And I don't think he wants to give it up.
Westbrook misses, but the back tap comes back out to him. Westbrook is averaging 22 points a game. He's 9th in the league in assists. Thabo Sefolosha is mainly a defensive player. Tries one from the corner, can't get it. And out it comes to Nash. Nash is really not completely healthy. He's battling some injury problems, but he's fighting and gutting it up. Last night had 14 assists and 13 points and only 2 turnovers, which I thought was remarkable.
Well, that's his middle name. I mean, he's always fighting and gutting it. I mean, always giving up size and weight every night, but finds a way to just be good. And, he's trying still.
I'm sorry, Eddie. Did you see Durant? I mean, the guy is 6'9". He floats through the air. He's so quick, finishes inside. And Grant Hill trying to finish at the other end.
Yeah, he just bounces off of you. It's like, that's why I say he would rather Grant Hill be physical the whole time, then he would know how to play him. So he just kind of bounces off guys and then floats around, which makes it very difficult.
Well, we talked about Kendrick Perkins coming over from the Boston Celtics. Now, they gave up a good player in Jeff Green and Nenad Kristić, who was a center, but you know, Perkins is one of those guys, they call him Mr. Mean, and he's given them a presence in the middle.
Well, you know, Serge Ibaka is the reason why Jeff Green is in Boston. I mean, Ibaka, you just couldn't continue to hold him back. I mean, he's one of the best shot blockers in the league. And so they say, why would we pay Green center position money when he's not a center? And I think that's why they made the deal. Now, Boston, on the other hand, I don't know what they were thinking.
I'm not sure they thought they could re-sign Perkins.
Oh, well,
that was one of their
they're struggling now.
They are. But I tell you, since Perkins has been in the starting lineup, they're 7-1. In fact, this team is 13-2 since they made that trade.
Well, he brings a winning thought process to this team that, you know, they thought they might have had, but they hadn't won a championship. Only Perkins knows.
Here's a budding player, guys, coming on fast. Ibaka misses the shot. He's become the starter when Jeff Green went over to Boston, and he has not disappointed this team. Nash, look at that pass. Channing Frye had it deflected. Looked to me like Perkins got a hand on it, and Perkins will hammer it home. You know, Perkins is one of those guys, he's just a banger, a shot blocker. He just works hard. He doesn't even have to score to help you. He had 13 rebounds last night and did not score a point.
Yeah, and for Oklahoma City, they have to feel good about the fact that the way he just ran the floor. Here's a guy that's come off a real tough knee injury, and he's out running.
Yeah, in fact, he missed a lot of games. It took him 8 months to rehab the knee. He hurt in Game 6 in the finals against the Lakers. Here's Grant Hill, wide left. Both teams in back-to-backs. The Suns are 6-7 in the second half of a back-to-back. On the other hand, the Thunder have been very effective in back-to-backs this year. They have swept 4 of them. Here again is Perkins. He came out of high school, out of Beaumont, Texas. Backs in against Gortat. Look how strong he is. Gortat is strong, and he had to give some ground. Stays with it. Good job by Marchand. Off it comes now to Grant Hill. Hill trying to finish, can't quite get it done, and the rebound comes out to Sefolosha.
Yeah, I think we need to obviously watch Grant Hill because back-to-backs he tends to struggle. And you know, when you get up there in age, that's when you see the effects.
Yep.
And he just hasn't been able to put together back-to-back night games.
And tough assignment tonight, trying to stay with Kevin Durant. Sefolosha comes up with a loose ball. 4 seconds on the shot clock, off the glass. Sefolosha only averages 5 points a game. He's in there mainly for his defense.
He is, but he's not a bad scorer. You know, it just so happens he's just not going to get any shots. And so he understands the only way he's going to play is to defend.
Nice shot off the glass by Gortat, who comes in here with 19 consecutive double-doubles. He had 17 off the bench, then continued on with 2 double-doubles as a starter. We're tied at 8. And it comes now to Sefolosha, kicks it outside, and you don't expect Perkins to shoot outside very much, but he nailed that one.
Well, you play on a team like Oklahoma City where you expected to take wide open opportunities, and he's going to work on it, and that's what he's doing.
There's a pass intended for Gortat. Nash tried to avoid Perkins. Perkins again clogging up the middle. So the turnover against the Suns is their second. Thunder up by 2. Thunder trying to go to 50 wins for the second year in a row. Last year they were 50-32. They are 21-14 on the road, which is a remarkable road record. And that ball deflected out. It'll be Thunder basketball with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Kevin Durant, who last year was the youngest scoring champion in the history of the NBA at age 21. Not able to get this one. Nash, here comes a quick release, the run out, and that is a patented Grant Hill move.
Yeah, you know, look, it's not even about Kevin Durant being responsible for Grant Hill. It's the off guard because Grant Hill just ran right by Durant. No way he could have caught it.
He has got that down to a sure art form. Rebound is cleared now by Ibaka. Ibaka picked up by Frye, bounces into him. A lot of banging going on inside, and now they're going to call the foul. The foul is going to go on Channing Frye. What's this quick release? Grant Hill, we saw this a lot last night in Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, you know, once he ran past Durant, Durant just broke into a trot. Like, forget it.
Coming into this game tonight, Grant Hill scored in double figures 6 of the last 9 games, and last night he got off the mark so effectively. 9 of the first 16 points for the Suns. Suns fans, are you on Twitter? Be sure to use the hashtag GoSuns, and your tweets just might make it on the air during halftime of tonight's broadcast, courtesy of Right Guard. For news, notes, and special offers, follow us at twitter.com/Phoenix Suns. This guy here who grew up in the Republic of Congo, really has become a very good, solid player. He grew up with 17 siblings.
Yeah, he really has, and I got the opportunity to spend some time with him the last few summers, you know, working with some kids, and he loves the game of basketball, and he wants to get better. And a guy with his athletic ability, you know it's going to happen because of his love for the game, but a guy that I thought just jumped right out of the charts this year in terms of his shot blocking and defensive presence. It's been huge.
Yeah, Ibaka is 4th in the league in block shots. That foul on Cephaloso when Nash went down. Dudley will inbound. Dudley, who registered his 8th 20-point game of the year last night. Here's Nash, goes inside Ibaka. Oh, is that pretty? That is a thing of beauty by Steve Nash.
That is just sick. Really, I mean, he lays, what he does is he attaches himself to your jersey like one of them stick-em things. And you can't get him off your jersey, and that gets him the separation to toss up a left-hand shot.
You know, have they called a technical on Steve? Now watch this. He goes in, scores, and he is called for the tee going down to the other end.
Well, I guess they're getting ready for the playoffs, the officials, because I've seen a lot of players wave off officials over the last few months, and they didn't call it. But I guess they're getting ready for the playoffs.
Wow. That I did not even see it till we had it on tape, but Nash with the beautiful left-hand shot, then the tee as he goes back up the floor. Steve, I think, is a little grumpy coming into this game.
Come on. I mean, the guy, look, he's used to playing in the second season and going deep. So this situation that they're in has to be taxing, no doubt about it.
Durant hits a technical. Thunder up by 1. Here's Cephaloso, dumps it into Ibaka. Ibaka follow away. Now that's what he's doing so much better.
Yep.
You look at him, Eddie, he's 7th in the league in field goal percentage at 55%.
Well, he's learned how to really use his footwork. He catches it in his range, and he's been productive.
Nash trying to create, gets it out to Fry. Dudley looking in. Dudley, as we now have a foul on Kendrick Perkins. He was tangled up with Gortat, and Perkins didn't like that call.
Well, he doesn't like any call. You know, they say he's a very nice guy. You know, I always tell fans of sports in general, you never judge an athlete by how they act during a sporting event, because normally it's like total opposite. And if you look at Kendrick Perkins, you think he's just mad all the time. I mean, it's just like you don't even want to run into him.
Well, I thought you were mad all the time.
Look, when I first saw Kendrick Perkins, I was like, I don't even want to run into him at church.
Perkins has to come out. He committed his 2nd foul. Nick Collison comes in. Boy, look at Nash. He's just flying around. This is a 2. Channing Frye was inside. They're going to review it, but I'm pretty sure it was a 2. And the Suns have cut it to 1.
But let me finish on Perkins, because I don't want to leave him hanging. From what I'm hearing, he's a quality teammate. Everybody loves him. He's a fun-loving guy. And so it just goes to show you can't judge a guy based on their expressions during a basketball game.
Wow, Collison with a big screen just knocked Grant Hill down and picked up the foul. Timeout, 5:44 to go in this first quarter. The Thunder up by 1. The Phoenix Suns. And we're going to background Channing Frye, who was born in White Plains, New York. His mother, Karen, is an Emmy Award-winning TV reporter and producer. Channing's grandfather, John Mulzac, was a member of the legendary Tuskegee Airmen, World War II African-American fighter pilots. Frye enjoys fishing, listening to music, and reading. And he's taken kickboxing lessons to stay in shape. And Frye's dream car is a black 1965 Lincoln Continental convertible.
He's taking kickboxing lessons. He can kick somebody from a mile away. That's not fair. You know, if you're over 6'8", you shouldn't be allowed to take kickboxing.
You know, I did kickboxing one time, and there's a guy by the name of Bill Superfoot Wallace who was 6'5", and he could kickbox.
Yeah, that's scary.
Now that shot they reviewed while we were away, and it was a 2. We thought it was initially. He was inside the line, so the score stays the same. The Thunder up by 1. Dudley off to Frye. This is a 2, and Frye is off to a great start. He's 3 of 3 now from the field.
Yeah, he's flowing. I mean, he came off that screen there, got his feet set. It was up and in.
Well, you know, last time Frye played here, he did not score a point, remember?
Oh, yeah, I did.
And then he had 21 last night. Oh, Westbrook is so explosive. I mean, I don't know if there's a point guard in the league that can explode like that.
No, he's as explosive as it comes, and that's why my first key was just they got to squeeze. They got to really cover up the lanes, and it's all about Westbrook. It's all about his ability to get in there, because what happens when Channing starts to come over a little bit too soon, that turns into a dunk for Ibaka, who's right behind Channing Frye. Turns into a 3 for Kevin Durant because everybody has to try to squeeze in. So Steve Nash has to do a very good job of keeping Westbrook in front of him.
Well, here's a dilemma. Channing Frye's picked up his second foul. I'm looking to the bench. It doesn't look like the Suns are going to make a move. They're going to leave him in. So Frye has 2. Perkins had 2. He went out of the ball game.
You know, Ibaka is not a guy that can get Channing in foul trouble, although Work is going to come in. I mean, I wouldn't, it wouldn't surprise me to see Gentry stay with him just based on him doing this.
That's the first miss.
Not shooting an air ball, but doing what he did before.
After hitting 3 in a row, that wasn't close. So Hakeem Warwick is at the scorer's table now. Nick Collison, we weren't sure he was going to play tonight. He had a sprained ankle. He was questionable at the start of the night, but he came in after Perkins got into the foul trouble early.
When you're not counted on to score much and just rebound, stay in front of people, you can play with a little bit more injuries than most guys.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have a D3 against the Suns as they're caught napping inside. Warwick will come in now. Too bad Frye has to leave because he was off to a very good start. 3 of 4, 6 points in the ball game.
But that seems to be the problem for the Suns lately, right? I mean, if somebody gets it going, something happens, right? A few games ago, what happened to Gortat? You know, going well, and all of a sudden he breaks his nose. I mean, that's what happens down the stretch in the season, and that's why you can't give up games early, and the Suns are paying for it now.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you find out about our next big sale. Text your email address to 83793 and sign up for Cook and Save emails from Southwest Airlines. And there's Durant. Durant now with 6 points in the ball game. You know, when Gortat went out that broken nose, I really thought the Suns would have won that game that night.
Oh, yeah, they would have. There's no doubt about it. I mean, come on, this guy's been playing as good a center as anybody in the Western Conference. I mean, you can't erase him and still expect to have a huge presence.
He missed the last 16 minutes. Now, marching tonight, going without the tape on his nose. Here comes a pretty good center, Nazr Mohammed, who's not in any way chopped liver. He is a guy who can play. He's played in this league quite a while, and he's a great backup as he comes in to the game now for Oklahoma City.
Well, they just keep getting bigger. No doubt about it.
Here's Dudley, not there. Ibaka had it for a moment, lost it.
I thought he was over the cylinder on that rebound. Wow. Alvin Gentry feels the same way. I mean, he reached over the cylinder.
Well, they're going to award the ball to Oklahoma City. And I'm not sure either. Let's look at that again. All right, there's Ibaka.
I'll take it back. It bounced off.
You know, that's what I like about you, Eddie. When you're wrong, you
I admit when I'm wrong.
Thunder up 2016. You know, that may be the first time since I've worked with you, but you did admit it. Here's Westbrook now backing in on Nash. Ibaka, Gortat fouled him. That's going to count, too.
Well, I wanted to send you off on a good note. You know, you have 2 games left, and I want you to leave just on a good note. Good thoughts of me.
Well, just working with you makes it a good thing.
You know, Ibaka, again, look, I thought he traveled there, and that's probably what got Gortat off his feet. But, again, this young man, if this team goes far in the playoffs, I'm telling you, it's going to be because of his play. That means he's going to be averaging anywhere from 14 to 15 points, 10 rebounds, and about 3 blocks in the playoffs. That's when you'll know if the Oklahoma City Thunder makes it to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, I don't disagree. Right now, an 8-0 run by the Thunder. They're up 23-16. Ibaka came in at 4th and blocked shots. He had a high of 8 in one game this year. Here's Grant Hill inside, penetrates, can't get it. A couple of shots of Grant's have been short tonight.
There's too much timber. You get around Durant 6'9", then you reach Mohammed, then you got to get around Ibaka. It's tough.
Look at Dudley. He just makes plays, doesn't he? He just came up with that ball, goes inside, and creates and got it. And there's a blocking foul. Excellent job by Dudley, who came up with the errant ball and took it the other way.
You know why I love Jared Dudley is, you know, this guy could have played in the 80s. Because you didn't really rely on athletic ability jumping above the rim. And sometimes you lose sight to the fact that the only way you can play the 2-guard position of 3 is that you got to be athletic.
Yep.
And that's the biggest misnomer going. I mean, it's about scoring and being efficient. This guy is efficient. It doesn't matter. 2 points is 2 points regardless of how you get them.
And he gets a roll. And he has, Eddie, I might add, 8 dunks on the year.
Yeah, so he's, you know, he's puny athletic.
His goal is 10. Counting tonight, he's got 9 games to get 2 more. And inside goes Nazr Mohammed. Mohammed is the guy who played on those Kentucky teams that won 2 NCAA championships, and he won a ring with the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, he's a very good player. Here's Gortat, blocked by Ibaka. Inside Nash, creating for Dudley.
Now, you have to be looking down in the rim when you attempt anything on Ibaka.
And here's Carter. Now, Carter's had 2 of his best games this year against Oklahoma City, and they're hoping that will repeat tonight. He's had a 33 and 29-point game against the Thunder.
Well, you know, now Alvin's going to continue to go to Vince Carter to give him his opportunity. He's a veteran. He's been around a long time. Unfortunately for him, it's not been a good year, but he can still finish strong.
Carter thought that ball was off of Oklahoma City, and he's right. Kenny Maurer changed the call. So the Thunder up 25-22. Carter hitting a shot a moment ago, and when he gets that first shot to go, he is a lot of times a different kind of player.
Well, Streaky is his middle name, and hopefully he can pull that off. But Jared Dudley navigates his way through 5 blue jerseys and
trying to pick up their 50th win of the year. This flashback is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. We are insurance. We are farmers. In the last meeting between these 2 teams on March 6th, the seesaw battle needed overtime to decide the outcome. Vince Carter had 29 points for Phoenix, and Channing Frye injured his shoulder and could not return. Russell Westbrook poured in 32 points for Oklahoma City. And former Sun Devil James Harden had a career-high 26 points, including the decisive dunk in overtime, giving the Thunder a 122-118 victory. Harden has played really well since the All-Star break, averaging over 16 points a game. Gortat, nice off the glass shot, and the Suns have cut it to 1.
Well, that's great timing on that play. You catch Gortat moving across the lane, not having to stop, in rhythm, off the glass, and in.
Gortat now 2 of 4. The Suns shooting for the ball game 59%, 50% for the Thunder. Thunder team is a very good shooting team. They lead the league, by the way, in free throw percentage at 82%. You don't want to get them on the line. That's one of the keys. In the game now is Eric Maynard from VCU. That shot underway just in time. Ibaka as the shot clock expired.
You know, and I like Jeff Green, but I'm telling you, Ibaka has a better upside. And I think that's what Oklahoma City saw, even though they still picked up Perkins. I'm telling you, this guy here, he's jumping out at you.
Well, they list him at 6'10", 235 pounds. He's only 21 years old. I mean, this is still the 3rd youngest team, Eddie, in the league, even though they made that trade to pick up Perkins.
They've done a tremendous job in terms of stockpiling young guys. And it's a lot of luck involved, so you know we have to look at it at that as well. And you have to have a good base. Yep. And that base was Durant, no doubt about it. But you know, even though Westbrook was a high draft pick, they got lucky. I mean, because nobody thought that he would be the type of player he's been.
Well, the debate was whether to take him or Greg Oden, remember?
Right.
And listen to what happened to Portland at Oden. You know, he signed a 5-year, $85 million extension this year, Kevin Durant did. Made no big deal about it. Just re-upped, and, of course, Oklahoma City's happy, and there's a reason right there. He got the bounce, didn't he?
He had to laugh about that one. Even Alvin Gentry laughed at him. Durant was like, you know, that's just a soft touch. That's just not fair.
That's his first 3. It goes down to Gortat. Tried to finish on a nice pass from Nash. Gortat hit the floor hard. And there's Dudley fouling Durant as he knew Gortat was not going to get back in time defensively. So the minute 24, the Thunder up by 4. Their biggest lead has been 7 in the early going.
Now, that's subtle play by Dudley. I mean, you're watching the game and you don't. That's why I always tell young kids, sometimes don't watch the ball all the time. Just watch off the ball. But that time on the ball, you know, Jared Dudley just fouled. Now, you know, most fans that's watching, they probably say, why'd he do that? Then you explain it why. It's a 5-on-4, you know. But that's the beauty of Jared Dudley out there. He's always thinking, and you need that type of player on the court.
Robin Lopez is coming to the ball game. Here's Harden. This guy has found a little groove with this team. He is really playing well. The former Pac-10 Player of the Year for the Sun Devils. 33-26. Oklahoma City finishing strong here in the first quarter. Hakeem Warwick and a final tip given to Robin Lopez, I think.
Yeah.
Dudley was there as well.
Yeah, Robin got it.
So Lopez coming out and contributing right away. 33-28, inside broken up. Here comes Nash the other way. Nash with 4 assists. Up it comes Dudley. Wide open look. That did not go. Long rebound to Nash. Fresh 24 on the shot clock.
Well, I tell you what, Jared is feeling so good right now. He was disappointed that didn't go in, and that's why you know this guy's confidence is sky high.
Lopez had trouble catching the ball, then has it rejected by Ibaka. Out it comes to Carter. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Harden comes out on Vince Carter, follow away, tough shot. Lopez tries to follow. Eric Maynard back the other way. Durant, look at the speed of this guy. I mean, he's just flies through the air at 6'9" plus.
You know, another reason why guys are able to last in the league and they excel every night is they understand scouting report and tendencies of players. Now, Ibaka, you have to understand, the only way you're going to score when he's facing you is under his arm or over the top of him. If you're trying to just go at eye level with him, he is going to block it back in your grill. You have to understand that.
Durant misses the first. Let's go to the third member of our team. Here's Mark McClune. Mark, how are you?
Well, you mentioned I'm doing great, and you mentioned at the top of the telecast about how Alvin Gentry said that Durant's going to be one of the greatest of all time. Here's a quote from him pregame saying he's just about 7 feet tall. He can make threes, get to the foul line, dribble, catch alley-oops. He plays aggressive, isn't timid. Other than that, Kevin Durant is very average.
Averaging 27.9. That's first in the league. Last year led the league with a 30.1 average. Well, he did miss a free throw, and you know, he's second in the league in free throw attempts, or should say makes, at the start of the night.
Yeah, he gets there. That's why, you know, he's not afraid to get hit. Even though a wiry body, he loves the contact.
Here's Carter going in, kicks it out to Nash. Nash three ball, no. And that will bring us to the end of a very interesting first quarter. High scoring first quarter.
Well, and that's what the Suns like. Unfortunately, they're playing a team in Oklahoma City that loves to score as well.
33 points in the first half by this team from Oklahoma. They're shooting 57%. The Suns at 46%. And the Suns trying to break somehow a 3-game losing streak. Oklahoma City looking for their 5th win in a row. Arizona is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. New Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, and no blackout dates. Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. As we come back to this second quarter, should say Oklahoma City started a 4-game road trip after playing 6 straight at home. Maynard able to hit. He's the guy that came in the league with the Utah Jazz, a very good defensive player.
Well, a low-key player, too. You know, he's not going to hurt you. He's going to run the offense. You give him a shot, he'll take it just like that one.
35-28 Thunder. Carter floating, not able to get it. And the rebound is cleared by Mohammed. Nazi Mohammed just underway in the second quarter. The Suns would love to win this one. This is one of those games that would really jumpstart them, you'd think, as they have the Clippers coming in here Friday and then get ready for a road trip. From outside, Harden, that ball was a tough shot. He had a man in his face all the way. Back to Aaron Brooks, who's coming to the ball game. Brings it out to Carter. Robin Lopez, face-up jumper, no. Lopez thus far in the ball game tonight, 1 of 3 shooting. Outside it comes to Brian Cook, I should say Daquan Cook, who at one time was the 3-point shooting champion back in 2009 at the All-Star game. And the ball goes away from Harden, a turnover, and that will be the 5th turnover of the night against the Thunder.
This group here for the Suns, they're going to have to be productive on both ends because the group that's still on the floor for Oklahoma City can score the basketball.
And that's being productive there. Aaron Brooks connects on a 3. That's one thing, Eddie, by starting Dudley and Gortat, the bench now has really got to step up in a different way.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're not going to outscore most people. In this bench here, they definitely won't outscore if they don't defend.
Harden misses. Rebound to Childress. Childress getting a lot of playing time, and thus far, he has acquitted himself very well. Double-digit games in the last 2. Hakeem Warwick is fouled as Mohammed came out on him. And so Warwick will be going to the free throw line.
Hakeem Warwick, I tell you, what he does, he kicks his leg straight out. You know, and that's his shot, though. It's not like he's trying to draw contact. And I think as a defender, you need to understand that he is going to kick out at you. And so your shins are going to be hurting, and you're going to get a foul.
There's one gift that goes a lot farther than all the rest. The Southwest gift card, available at southwest.com. Warwick at the free throw line. This year he shot 72%.
Yeah, I watch him shoot before a game. And when he shoots, it's almost like he's laying down. You know, I mean, he's leaning all the way back. Not great form, but as a defender, well, you don't want to get close to him.
1 of 2 from the line. Suns for the game now from the free throw line, 5 of 7. Oklahoma City, 7 of 9. Harden off to Maynard. Maynard kicks it off to Cook. They swing it around. Collison's going to set a screen. 5 on the shot clock. In the corner, in a lot of trouble. And finally launching in desperation that time was Cook. That was not a pretty shot. The turnover now goes to the Suns.
That's just good defense there, though. You know, not allowing Harden. Because the key to the whole offense now is to put Harden in the position where he can turn the corner in a 2-man game and get to the rim. That's what he does as well as most guards in the league.
So the Suns now down by 3. Here's Aaron Brooks. Brings it outside to Hakeem Warwick. Face-up jumper. Rebound cleared by Cook, who played at Ohio State. They were in the championship game against the University of Florida. They lost in the title game, and that ball deflected out. A lot of turnovers right now. Back they come the other way. 7 turnovers against the Thunder. Brooks tries to get around Harden, ran into a brick wall.
He's got a quick hand. That's underrated for Harden. I mean, he can defend when he makes up his mind.
Brooks outside now with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Tried to create, got it to Childress, bounces off of him. Lopez tries to finish, still has it, batted away.
Yeah, again, Robin Lopez brings the ball away from his body. That's when you lose your strength. You can't do it.
Nick Collison will bring it out. Collison will reset. Game getting a little ragged right now. Maynard off to Cook, into the corner to Harden. Harden had a 26-point game when he last played the Suns, his career high, and he creates something inside, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he split a double team over there in the corner, and that's what allowed him to get to the rim and pick up a foul.
So the Thunder, who scored 33 points in the first quarter, have only 2 in the second.
5 to play in the second quarter. It's Oklahoma City on top of the Suns, 35-32. Hey, it's Triple Play Friday with all 3 teams in action on 2 channels. On Fox Sports Arizona, coverage begins with a D-backs season opener as they take on the Rockies at noon, and then it's Suns Clippers at 6:30. Then over on Fox Sports Arizona Plus, the Coyotes continue their playoff push, and they take on Colorado as well at 6:30. Visit foxsportsarizona.com for complete channel listings. Mark McClune back with you courtside, and Gary mentioned James Harden's 26 points, a career high last time out against the Phoenix Suns. He's actually averaging 16 points off the bench since the trade, and his coach Scott Brooks says his confidence just keeps ascending, and it really has to do with him being able to do it every night, go out and perform with the 16-point average that we mentioned. Brooks says he's even come around on Harden's beard, which he's hated at first. He called it a bad beard, but now he won't let him shave it. Gary, you'll soon be able to grow a beard like that, won't you?
Well, I tell you what, I could grow a beard pretty quickly, but it wouldn't look near as good as this one. He's got an old school game and an old school beard.
Yeah, not many people can grow a beard like that.
I mean, it's something. Oh my gosh, that may be, that might even top it.
He needs to just put a little Just for Men in there. He'd be fine.
A little what in there?
Just for Men, you know.
Oh, okay. Is that a
the only other guy
that represent them? Is that one of your commercials?
Yes. The only other guy I knew could grow a beard like that is Mike Woodson, ex-head coach of the Atlanta Hawks. Now he could do that.
Here's Harden back the other way, the guy we were just talking about. I tell you, Harden is pushing the envelope. He's staying after it.
That's his game. I mean, that was the big description about him when he got drafted. His ability off the dribble to get to the rim, regardless who was standing in front of him, avoiding contact.
That foul, by the way, is on Warwick, his second. Harden was the 3rd pick in the draft coming out of Arizona State. 2nd team all rookie. I think his rookie year, some people thought maybe he hadn't lived up to his billing, but it's happening now. Coach Alvin Gentry looking sharp tonight in his clothes from the Clothery at Biltmore Fashion Park, 24th Street and Camelback.
I think it's hard. It was hard for him to find, I think, a rhythm with this team early on. I mean, that Kevin Durant, obviously the star, Westbrook really just came on the scene.
Yep.
And I thought he just had a hard time. They put him in different positions, and I think the best position right now for him is really coming off of that bench.
So it's 38-32 now in favor of the Thunder. 7:54 left in this first half. Childers out to Brooks. I'll tell you what, as they feed it inside, Carter able to hammer it home. You don't see the same energy with this bench group as when you had Dudley coming off or Todd coming off.
Right, scrappy.
Yeah.
It's not a scrappy bunch. I think, waiting around trying to see who's going to make something happen. When Aaron Brooks has to take that responsibility. 5
points now for Carter. Cook, a rainbow shot. That almost drew some rain. He got it so high.
He can shoot it. He's a former three-point winner as well. I mean, he can flat out shoot that ball. You have to get up on him.
41-34. 3 of 8 now. Oklahoma City behind the line. Here's Carter. Carter off to a pretty good start thus far. Beats inside, and look at Childers. Childers surprises me, Eddie.
He should. I mean, he's a freak of nature. I'm telling you, Gary, in terms of explosion, he might have the quickest jump in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of getting up to the rim.
I mean, he really does some things remarkably well. He got his first shot of the night to go. Westbrook and Durant coming back into the lineup now for Oklahoma City. We mentioned that Childers getting a lot more playing time. He's averaged 11 points in the last 2 games, hit 11 of 14 shots, and most of them are point blank.
Yeah.
He just gets inside.
Well, it's okay. I mean, the stuff that he does, the intangibles that he has is just unreal.
And I love his patience. He waited and waited. Fell out of the rotation, never did complain. Was a great teammate. 2 seconds on the shot clock, and shot clock expires. Good defense that time by the Suns. Tell you, Oklahoma City having a tough time right now getting that ball inside.
Well, let's give the Suns defense credit. I mean, again, I talked about closing up the lanes, not allowing them to get all the way to the rim. So the Suns doing a pretty good job. Robin Lopez taking up space.
Childers outside. Durant going to pick him up. 6:27 to go in the first half. Presented by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. As the Valley heats up, so do your Phoenix Suns. Don't miss the Suns take on the LA Clippers for an April Fool's Day matchup this Friday. The first 10,000 fans will receive a voucher good for 1 cold drink cup courtesy of MidFirst Bank. Hot seats are still available at suns.com/TV tickets or 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. Just a moment ago, we saw a remarkable effort by Vince Carter. And as Eddie said, turn back the clock. I mean, those used to be common day occurrences for him.
Yeah, I mean, he has played above the rim better than any player that's been in this league. And it's just good to see his knees feeling good. 7
points in 10 minutes for Vince Carter. Durant thus far in the ball game with 9 points. Childers comes out on him, does a nice job defensively. That's one of the things that Alvin said, when Grant's not in there, we're going to put Childers on him, and he did a good job.
Josh is going to give him the same type of look. You know, he is not going to be overly physical, and I think Durant looks for the physicality of the game, and they're not doing that. They're just playing him straight up and moving away when he moves into him.
Look at Carter. Carter off to Hakeem Ward, tries to float inside. He's going to be fouled by Perkins. That's his 3rd. He just got back in the ball game, and Perkins just picked up his 3rd foul. He was complaining to the officials after he'd come out of the game for at least 10 minutes, it seemed like. Didn't do any good, did it?
Yeah, no. He's telling the coaching staff, no, I'm staying in.
Scott Brooks is contemplating that very thing right now as he watches the floor. Warwick at the line. You know, Kendrick Perkins is a guy who comes into this ball game, only averages 6 points and 8 rebounds, but you cannot put statistical value to him. I mean, he's just such a force. They call him Mr. Mean for good reason. Tonight's Phoenix Suns basketball game is presented to you by Casino Arizona. Feel the win. So the Thunder's lead now has been cut to 2. Westbrook and Durant, since they came back in, really haven't impacted the game that much. Perkins inside to Coddleson. Coddleson with a left-handed jump hook, got it. Remember, Coddleson came to the league out of Kansas. In his first year, he missed the whole rookie year. He had both shoulders operated on.
Yeah, that's tough.
He's a guy who doesn't get a lot of credit. He's undersized for a center, but plays very smart. He's a coach's kid. Warwick brings it out to Brooks. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Brooks trying to create. Gonna have to hurry. Got it up. Oh, my. That was something.
That's a shot. It might look like he's forcing that, but that is his shot.
Boy, that's pretty. 2 of 2, and then Carter takes the charge at the other end. And the Suns down by 2, starting to get something going. Brooks is going to come out after that remarkable shot just a moment ago.
Well, this shot from Brooks, you know, it's culminated really on the other end. I mean, they're doing good work defensively on the other end, and it's going to culminate into them knocking some tough shots down.
Nash into the ball game. Nash thus far 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 points. Childers brings it into Carter. Carter going to work again. He's making Harden work awfully hard on defense. And right now, Harden can't handle it.
So again, he's streaky. I mean, you know, Vince doesn't have it every night. And so when he gets streaky like he is, you want to make sure you continue to give him some touches.
He's capable of a 30-point game any night. Suns on a 9-2 run right now. Harden trying to go the other way. Can't do it. Collison tried to follow, but Harden's going to be fouled.
Yeah, Gortat's got to take the charge. Well, get out of the way. You know, it's not, you know, unfortunately right now in the NBA game, the mano-a-mano doesn't work. I mean, you got to either force the official to call a charge or a block. He really didn't either. He just stood there and took the hit. And a lot of times you're going to get called for the block.
Well, that's the second foul on Gortat. Suns have Warwick with 2, Gortat with 2, and Fry with 2. Fry's come back into the ball game. Ibaka getting ready to come in for the Thunder. Harden seems like he's been at the line all night, but this is only his 5th. He's now 3 of 6 from the line, and here comes Ibaka in for Collison. This team that's been shooting so well from the free throw lines missed 4 here tonight. They came in here shooting 82%. You know the record for free throw shooting? The Boston Celtics in 88 and 90 had 83.2, and the Suns, I should say the Thunder, 82.4 at the start of the night.
Yeah, that's pretty doggone good. You know, you can get in the playoffs. I tell you, you get down to a game 7, and you can put 5 guys on the floor that shoot over 80%. That's tough.
So Harden got 1 of 2. Thunder by 1. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Gortat has Ibaka on him, and the ball tipped around. Ibaka comes down with it. There was no question Ibaka really affected that shot by Gortat that time.
There you go, Gary. Exactly. That's the words right out of my mouth, because Gortat normally doesn't shoot the ball that quickly, but he understands now. You either got to turn it over on Ibaka, or you got to go under his arm.
Yep.
Or you're going to have to attempt a quick shot out of character, and most times that's going to be a miss.
Harden comes out now. Cephalosa comes in replacing him. He's going to try to stop this Vince Carter surge, and Carter just took him to the rack.
Yeah, it's just like he's awakened. I don't know what he ate today, but Alvin Gentry needs to find out and make him eat it every day.
Yeah, or bottle it or something, whatever it is. Here's Perkins, who stayed in the ball game, by the way, after picking up his 3rd foul. Little jump hook over Channing Frye. The Suns a moment ago had their first lead since 16-15 with an 11-3 run, but now the Thunder, with that basket, retake the lead by 1. Into the corner, Childress, 3 by Childress, and Childress only 1 of 12 3-point shooting, and he missed there.
But it's the reason why he doesn't shoot. He's not comfortable taking that shot. Although his last year in Atlanta when he was there, he wasn't that bad, but I think it's a shot he needs to really work on.
Durant. Childress is in his face, in his grill, as you would say, all the way.
Straight in his grill, like a dentist.
48-45 Oklahoma City. Gortat moving screen. Are you kidding me? That's 3 on him. He was trying to protect himself a little bit. He moved, and Gortat has his 3rd foul of the night. So the Suns fighting back in this ball game. They trail by as many as 7, have it down to 3. We'll be back. For tonight's flyby, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book a business select fare at southwest.com. Fly through airport lines with flyby priority lane access. And Vince Carter is flying by everybody tonight.
Well, he's been oiled up. The knees are loose, and he is spry. And I'm telling you, that's a tough dunk there. I mean, that's a reverse right up underneath the rim.
Well, thank heavens for Carter, because the Suns really don't have anybody else going offensively. He's in double figures with 11. Next highest scorer has 6. We have Nash, Warwick, Carter, Childress, and Fry in the lineup right now. Gortat had to come out after picking up his 3rd foul. Durant hasn't really lighted it up yet. He has 11 points, 4 of 8. But he can change that in a hurry. Inside goes Perkins, tried to feed Westbrook, and that looked like a pretty good block, but they're going to call the foul instead.
Yeah, well, again, a non-athletic guy would have just gotten a block. Childress would have stayed on top of it. But Westbrook is a guy that hesitates in the air and now forces you to make an adjustment. And again, that's the beauty of him. He is as athletic a point guard as you can see.
So explosive. That foul on Childress is his first. You know, Scott Brooks said this about Westbrook. He says he has a tremendous amount of pride and confidence in his game. He improves every day. And you look at him, made his first All-Star appearance, 21 years old and averaging 22 points a game.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's going to get better. I mean, you know, it's tough to get that many points a game when you're playing with a guy that's getting 30 a game. That's tough.
Well, they're a great 1-2 punch. They're averaging between them, Eddie, 50 points a game. That's third best in the league. Here goes Carter inside. Carter's loving that baseline, and right now the Thunder don't know what to do with him. That's Sefolosha picking up the foul. I mean, he has been wearing them out inside. And he runs into Ibaka, and a little discussion going on. He says, hey, man, what are you doing running into me?
Well, Ibaka threw a little elbow in his back. So Vince had every right to say something.
Thunder by 5, and we've got a foul on Sefolosha again. That's 2 quick fouls. This guy's a very good defensive player. He was on the second team all-defensive team along with Grant Hill last year.
Yeah. You know, Vince Carter's a big guy. I mean, Vince Carter's going about 230. I might throw up about 3-4 more pounds on him, but he took some off today because he's a little squat.
Well, they're going to have to get Sefolosha out of there. He picked up those 2 quick fouls. Has 3 for the game.
Sefolosha, he's about 6'6", 6'7".
They list him at 6'7".
Yeah, well, he's a big guy.
Daquan Cook comes into the ball game now for Oklahoma City. 2:18 left in the first half, and here comes Carter again. They don't have an answer for him. I mean, there's a strip. That was one of the few times they were able to stop him. Back the other way, Westbrook. How quickly did he go to the hole on that one?
One dribble between 2 white shirts.
I know it. He's amazing. 2 minutes to go now in this first half. Westbrook with 6 points in the ball game. Inside to Warwick. Nice catch by Hakeem, but a loose ball foul before the shot. As that foul will go against Oklahoma City. That's going to be on Harden.
You know, they are a team, if you turn it over, you're in trouble on the other end because any guy can pick it up and lead the break. And that's what makes them a dangerous team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to pick it up and look for the point guard. You know, they're actually going to pick it up and dribble themselves and lead the break.
Well, they're second in blocks and second in steals in the league at the start of the night. Warwick at the line. Sign up for My Sons Mobile, powered by Verizon, to receive a special Suns offer and promotion. Visit Suns.com for more information. Standard message rates apply. Suns from the free throw line now are 7 of 10. Warwick is 3 of 5. And that back tap comes out to Nash. So the minute 53, the Suns down 52-46. They'd love to close this first half on a positive note. Looks like Hakeem might have had a shot, got it out to Vince Carter. Why not? He's got the hot hand. A 3 by Carter. Carter at 14 points now in 14 minutes.
I'm Alvin Gentry. I wouldn't even let him come in the locker room. I'll tell him to stay out here and just stand on the court till we get back.
I tell you, Oklahoma City's going to have nightmares about Vince Carter. There's Durant, can't get it. Look at Childress get up. Again, Childress really surprises you with his ability to get up in the air.
And notice still in the game. You know, this is something we didn't see.
That ball is going to be thrown away. Warwick couldn't save it inside. So against the Suns, that's their 5th turnover. Every once in a while, you see glimmers of why Oklahoma City's so good. The Westbrook move a while ago was one of those. I mean, you think, oh my gosh, this guy's unstoppable. And he almost did, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he can get to that rim as good as anybody I've seen.
Durant outside. Durant tonight is 4 of 9. Harden thought about it, goes in, and he's fouled by Fry, and Fry has picked up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, and you know, Channing made a mistake by not just, you know, he didn't stay in front of him. You know, he sheltered him to his right hand, which you should do. He's a left-handed player, but you still have to guard him. I mean, you still got to shadow the guy and make things difficult. Channing Frye got himself in trouble by just giving him a clear path right-handed.
So now Fry and Gortat each have 3 fouls. Grant Hill's going to come into the ball game. And Harden misses another free throw. Harden tonight now is 4 of 7 from the line. So Grant Hill comes in. He played 9 minutes earlier. So the Suns getting a little bit of foul trouble in this ball game. There's 3 fouls on Sefolosha and Perkins for Oklahoma City. Harden makes the second one. 53-49, a minute to go. Steve Nash has played 16 minutes in the ball game. Brings it off now to Grant Hill. Carter, we're going to get the ball in his hands. Why not? Oh, look at this. This is unbelievable.
Wow.
He is putting on a clinic. That is a big league left-hand finish by Vince Carter.
Well, the left-hand finish, yeah, but the spin. I mean, this is hard to do. He put a spin move on between 2 blue shirts, kept his rhythm to be able to elevate and finish. Hey, look, Vince, can you please let us know what you ate? I'll bring the food over there.
Well, he did miss a free throw. He is human. That's his only free throw. He's 7 of 10, 2 of 2 behind the line, 16 points in 15 minutes. Here's Westbrook. That's what I mean. He's unstoppable when he wants to go.
You look up there right the rafters at Kevin Johnson, number 7. Westbrook reminds me a lot of Kevin Johnson. You couldn't stop him from getting to the rim either.
30 seconds left, and Childress tracks it down in the corner. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hakeem Warwick going to back down. Ibaka punches it away. 5 on the shot clock. Ward stays with it. Can't get it. And here they come the other way, and Westbrook's going to pull it out for the last shot of the half.
And trust me, they're going to go flat, a 1-4 here. You know, and what they're going to do is allow him to play out here to try to get to the rim. Vince Carter needs to stay home on the rim.
And Nash with a tough assignment, and Westbrook misses. Tipped up. That would have counted had it gone. Ibaka couldn't get it to go. So the Thunder up by 4 at the break.
Well, I think a solid defensive effort in the second quarter from the Phoenix Suns, and obviously a tremendous quarter for Vince Carter.
Vince Carter was electrifying. 16 points in the game. I don't think he took 2 shots of the same variety. Coming up, it's a Toyota halftime report with Tom Leander and Tom Chambers out on the Bud Light Paseo. They'll have first half highlights and analysis. Stay tuned right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Phoenix Suns basketball is presented by Casino Arizona. Score, Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day.
54% is not good. I mean, even though the Suns, I thought, played pretty decent defense in the second quarter, still giving up 54% from the field. Getting to the line, but they got to try to keep Oklahoma City off the line, although they missed a few free throws. I think those 2 areas are good. If they can control that and knock that down, they have a chance to win this game because, as you said, Durant's not having, I'm whispering because he's standing right here, he's not having that great offensive game.
No, he's kind of quietly in that first half with 11 points.
I wanted to hear that one.
Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Suns got a little foul trouble in the first half. Both Gortat and Fry had picked up 3, and that kept their minutes down. And Mark McClune, let's go to him. Mark?
Yeah, I talked to Noah Gillespie, and he echoed Eddie Simmons. Keep him off the free throw line. The Thunder shot 19 free throws in the first half. The most they have attempted in a game this year is 39, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yep, and you look at them, they're #1 in free throws made, #2 in attempts, and Sefolosha going to wave that off. He thought he had the basket, but instead the foul is going to go against the Suns and Steve Nash.
I thought he was too. I mean, I don't, that looked like a continuation there. I think the Suns got a break.
First foul on Nash. This Thunder team, you look at them and what they've done this year from the free throw line. I mean, it's incredible. They had 30-plus free throws, Eddie, 16 times this year. Here is now Perkins, who got into foul trouble as well, and Sefolosha, and they ran out of time. Yeah. So Oklahoma City, their first trip down the floor wasn't very successful.
Well, Perkins not comfortable taking a shot early on. He put his teammate in trouble.
Scott Brooks, who was last year the NBA Coach of the Year, played 11 years in the NBA, won 1 ring in '94 with the Houston Rockets.
He's done a great job. You know, and the great job is just based on molding these young players and keeping their egos off the court.
Gortat, angle wasn't quite right. Rebound cleared by Perkins. Perkins now with 2 rebounds in the game. Inside it goes. We got a pushing foul, and that's the 4th on Channing Frye. Bryant tonight just hasn't been able to get going. He's been in foul trouble so much. He's played only 13 minutes. He's taken 4 shots, hit 3 of them, but he's got to stay on the floor.
Well, he's dealing with a guy that's a mirror image of him in terms of mobility, moving around, and he's had a tough time keeping his body in front of him, and he's really picked up a couple of bad fouls.
Westbrook trying to create something. There is Durant missing. Rebound clear by Dudley. Grant Hill got knocked to the floor. Steve Nash back the other way. Dudley's going to pull up. Count it. Dudley tonight, in his 3rd consecutive start, has 8 points.
You know, I like to see Jared Dudley doing all season continue to just work on that body, meaning getting that body fat down a little bit, because I think he's going to have to play a lot more minutes next year. You know, we talk about, you know, can he start and can he play a huge role? I think it's about minutes as well.
Look at that. Durant from way outside. Well, you know, he did lose some weight this year.
Yeah.
Dudley's a lot lighter than he was a year ago.
Well, if he wants to play 35-plus minutes as a starter, he's going to have to lose a little bit more and get a little bit more stronger as well, because that's going to make him be able to play that long.
And here's Gortat, and he hammers it in. The Polish hammer hammers it. And Gortat with 6 points. I think he was frustrated in that first half and so much foul trouble. Durant a moment ago with that 3, now has 14 for the game. Perkins, he doesn't shoot very often. That's the reason why. Did we say that in unison or what?
He didn't want to shoot that one.
Perkins is now, however, 4 of 6 shooting, but not from that range. Off it comes to Dudley, going to the hole. Challenged and fouled. Dudley knew he was going to take a hit, and he did, and Perkins has picked up his 4th foul.
Yeah, he might be upset, but he just can't shy away from contact. And Jared Dudley knew it. He knew he would challenge him, and that's going to send him to the bench, and he's mad again.
The Text Opinion Poll, powered by Verizon. Last year, Oklahoma City Scott Brooks won the award from the NBA's top coaches I just mentioned. Who deserves to be the NBA Coach of the Year in 2011? Greg Popovich, Doug Collins, Lionel Hollins, or Tom Thibodeau? Text your choice to 88222 and stay tuned for the results throughout the game. Normal messaging rates apply.
You know, a few weeks ago, I'd say hands down Thibodeau, because of what Chicago had been doing, the way they've been running through the league. But when you really look closely at it, you know, and then I went to Popovich, you know, because look, Suns swept San Antonio Spurs last year. We all thought they were old, done, and all of a sudden they might have the best record in the league. Well, but you know what? No, I'm leaning toward now.
I know who I'm leaning towards. That's me. You got it, my old broadcasting partner.
Yeah.
And I think you should get it. Let's go to Mark McClure as Grant Hill quickly down the floor. Gets it blocked, follows, can't get it, and Gortat's got it. Mark, what do you got for us?
Well, Mike Brown was the coach of the year before Brooks, then Byron Scott with New Orleans, Sam Mitchell with Toronto, Avery Johnson with Dallas, and Mike D'Antoni here. Do you really want to win Coach of the Year?
Well, you know, that's sort of like being on the cover of one of the video games. You know, I think, yeah. And mainly because I'm sure it's a clause in his contract.
Think you got a little bonus for that, do you think? That tip makes it 60-57 Thunder. Nash outside. Nash has taken only 2 shots in the ball game. Fry now playing with 4 fouls. Nash gets a screen into Gortat. Beautifully done. Oh, was that pretty?
Yeah, the screen up top from Channing Frye is what freed it all up, though. 2 guys got locked up on Channing Frye. That means somebody had to come help on Steve Nash.
7 assists for Nash in the ball game. Coming in here, this is the highest assist average he's had since 2006 and 7. 11.4 at the start of the night. Durant off to Westbrook, and he goes in, and a blocking foul.
You can't look. Here's the deal. Westbrook and Durant, you can't let them catch it at 15 feet and think that you're going to be able to get in front of them before they get to the rim. They're just too quick. And so that's the challenge for Steve Nash. You just can't let Westbrook catch that ball below the free throw line. If you do and he can turn and go, he's at the rim quickly.
So Gortat now has 4 fouls. Both he and Frye playing with 4. Westbrook tries to complete the 3-point play. Can't. Grant Hill try to keep it alive, but here's Westbrook again. Westbrook seems to be about 2 clicks faster than everybody else. Ball deflected out. Off it comes to Nash. Westbrook almost swiped the ball there. Westbrook in the ball game with 10 points. 5 assists. Gortat swings into the corner to Dudley. Dudley goes in. Nicely done. And they're going to count it? No, it's a charging foul on Dudley. Boy, that was a nice finger roll by Jared, but they call him for the offensive foul.
Well, we'll see here firsthand. Still can't see if his feet is outside the circle. That's what the official's looking at. They are there.
Yep. That was Collison who set himself out. Westbrook again. I mean, he's so quick. He paralyzes everybody defensively. They can't seem to respond.
But you got to add that S word on there too. Strong.
Yep. Westbrook now with 12 points. 5-point lead for Oklahoma City. Looking for their 5th win in a row. They've won 10 of their last 11. Started a 4-game road trip. Gortat lost the handle, but he says it's off of Oklahoma City, but evidently not. It'll go to the Thunder. Suns now have turned it over 7 times. Oklahoma City with 11. Russell Westbrook out of UCLA. 4th pick in the draft in 2008. It comes now to Sefolosha. Goes Westbrook again. Lost the ball that time, though. Didn't take the ball with him. Ball deflected out. And it's going to be off Oklahoma City.
They hang around, don't they?
They really do.
They hang around even when you secure the ball, and they're just sticking their hands in, darting around. Very difficult.
Like a bee in a beehive, they come in after you. Here's Nash outside. Got a little mismatch now. He'll pull up and got it. Nash with only his 3rd shot of the night. He's hit 2 of them.
He hasn't got many looks.
So it's a 3-point game. The Suns are hanging around here against one of the elite teams coming in here, the number 4 seed, and they'll hold on to that. They will not lose that number 4 seed. They've got a comfortable margin as they go down the stretch. Ibaka not able to get that one. Win tonight, their 2nd straight 50-win season. 3rd year in Oklahoma City, and going into Sefolosha, just like that, they're back up to a 5-point lead. Sefolosha with 6 points in the game. Nash starting now to take over a little bit offensively. He's hit 2, and now for the night has 8 points in the ball game.
Yeah, he's gotten his rhythm a little bit in that painted area right now, able to just snake his way in there and get shots up.
Durant off to Ibaka. Ibaka picked up by Fry. They swing it back out. Suns have jumped into a zone this time. Westbrook trying to penetrate the zone. That's a little harder to do, isn't it, Eddie? Out it comes now to Collison. He's got to shoot it. That would have counted had it gone. Gortat with the rebound. Good defense that time.
Yeah, good defense, no doubt about it. And again, surprised them that time. Really didn't get anything going.
Nash, a little change up on defense. Really paid dividend. Oh, that was clear in by Dudley. Gortat had a block by Ibaka.
What did I tell you? You cannot shoot the ball in front of that guy's face. I mean, he would have been a tremendous volleyball player.
Oh, tell me about it. Came in here with 170 blocks at the start of the night. Durant, long 3. There's no limit to his range. He makes that 3 look so easy.
No, and he has no light. It's ultra green.
Here's Gortat. Brings it out to Fry. Fry. Thought there could have been a travel maybe there. Guess not. Gortat brings it out now to Grant Hill. Hill with 7 on the shot clock. Hurried the shot. Durant with the rebound.
Gortat worried about a charge. That's why sometimes you have to turn face up, take a look where the defender is, and maybe take the little 10-footer.
Ibaka facing up against Fry. Rebound comes off to Nash.
Well, I tell you, both teams are really treating the rim wrong.
They are, and now the Suns call a timeout. 4:48 to go in the 3rd. The Suns trying to get back to the 500 mark. Below 500 for the first time since February 10th. They'd like to change. Bender, our producer, is David Hughes. Dan Sinkman, our director. As we have 4:48 left to go in the 3rd. A game that the Suns are hanging around. They're still down 66-63. And the drive is brought to you by Checker O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. And it's going to be Carter again.
And I'd like to see more Vince Carter. No doubt, he's back in the ball game. And look, if he can get moves like this and make shots like he did in the 2nd quarter, so I'm going to have a tremendous chance to snap this losing streak and make me feel good about myself.
And he's in the game now, scoring 16 points in that first half in 17 minutes. They turn it over. Suns now with 8 turnovers in the ball game. Westbrook, look at this, tries to go inside. Nash did a good job that time, cutting him off. Collison moves in, a little jump hook, got it. Collison's a very smart player.
Yeah, he is. And you got to give him respect. I mean, you can't back off of him like Channing Frye did.
Now Carter comes in. I guess that was a heat check. That did not look good. It was wide left.
I hope it's not a heat check. That's like a freezer check.
Carter's now 7-11 shooting. That was the worst shot he's had all night. I mean, all night he's been dead center playing so well. He was anxious to get back and just see if he still had it, huh?
Good slip. Maybe that's the popcorn at halftime.
Look at Westbrook. I mean, he's so explosive. He's a must-see player. I mean, he has such great athleticism. Westbrook with 14 points in the ball game. Nash trying to create now has a mismatch. Ibaka on him. Frye goes in, and Westbrook knew he was in trouble, so he just tackled him.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it Westbrook that dislocated Channing Frye's shoulder?
No, that was Durant.
Kevin Durant. Okay.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
Okay. That's a good move there up and under. So what would I know if I didn't have you around here?
Well, our producer, David Hughes, he chimed in as well. He was on top of that. So Frye at the free throw line. This is his first free throw of the night. Well, we talked about the Suns still the mathematical chance to get into the playoffs, find themselves down to Memphis by 4.5. Houston, who's been playing very well with a 2-game lead. The first 4 seeds are set. As you can see, it looks like Oklahoma City would play Denver in the first round.
That's going to be a heck of a series. I'm telling you, that might be the most watchable series in the playoffs.
Be a lot of points. Durant from outside, set up by Westbrook, tipped over, and a loose ball foul. Ibaka over the back. You know, Durant, fortunately for the Suns, is not having a good shooting night. He's 5 of 13 because if he starts scoring, and he had 39 last night, in fact, he had 8 of the 9 points in overtime, then it is a heap of trouble.
Yeah, he's had his struggles against the Suns. I mean, this year.
Backdoor, Carter. Oh, was that something? Steve Nash with a feed. That was a thing of beauty.
He would have got that with one hand like he was at home on a sofa chair watching a movie.
Carter now with 18 points in the ball game. 3-point game. Here's Westbrook again.
This dude, he's like a fullback going through there. I mean, he just hit. Somebody need to tackle him. One time. Just tackle.
You might get frustrated enough to try it. 16 points for Westbrook. And it clears. Breakdown defensively. And Hakeem Ward goes in, and Scott Brooks didn't like that. He is up, called timeout. He wants to know what happened defensively. The team is talking it over. A lot of confusion. The Suns have cut it to 3 as the play a moment ago was something. Watch it.
Well, he is at home. Keep it up, Vince. I want to keep talking about you.
Elite teams in the NBA down by 3. Let's take a look at tonight's Suns.com promo calendar. Get to the game on Friday when your Phoenix Suns take on the LA Clippers. Plus, MidFirst Bank will be giving away 10,000 reusable acrylic cold drink cups. Take your energy to the next level with Verve Energy Drink and the Phoenix Suns. Join the Suns team as a Verve brand partner and receive 2 Verve lounge tickets to an upcoming Suns home game. Suns fans, text courtside to 38681 before Friday for your chance to win a pair of courtside seats to the April 13th Suns game versus the Spurs. For more Suns event and promo information, log on to suns.com/promotion. Well, the text poll question, the results are in. Who do you think should be the coach of the year in the NBA? Has this surprised you, Eddie?
No. I mean, the Bulls have done a tremendous job. Everybody thought they'd be good in the East, but no one thought that they would have a chance to have the best record in the East. And then beat Miami. They've beaten them, 3 times this year. And so Tom Thibodeau, I think, has done a tremendous job with that team.
And he may have the MVP of the league.
It's already over. It's over.
He's got it, huh? It's a lock?
It's a lock. Yeah, the love fest is just too strong.
There's Durant trying to get it going, and that's what you fear. I mean, He was 5 of 13 previous to that shot. And now it's a 74-69 game as he starts to come along with Westbrook. That duo is almost unbeatable.
Yeah, he got a rhythm look, though. And the Suns have been doing a good job of keeping him off track.
Frye can't get it. Durant goes up, and we're going to have a foul. It's on Harden. Boy, Scott Brooks is animated on the sideline. He's chasing up and down the floor. He's all over Eli Rowe as Harden now for the night, has picked up his second foul. Side out to the Suns.
Vince is alone in there. You know, a lot bigger than what people think. I mean, Harden's going to have his hand cut out if Vince stays aggressive and continues to work his way in the paint.
Here's Dudley. Dudley with 10 points in the ball game. Carter backing in on Harden. Turnaround, tough shot. Doesn't matter tonight, though. No degree of difficulty is going to bother Vince Carter.
No, and he can get separation. You know, the one thing I just love for him to keep doing is catching the ball 12 feet. Don't start catching the ball 20 feet away.
20 points for Carter. And Carter, since he's joined the Suns, has had a high of 33, and it was against his team. Fry missing. Ibaka comes down to the rebound. And as we come up the floor, Hakeem Ward tangled up. It's going to be a foul on Hakeem.
Yeah, you know, big guys always get upset when a point guard stops and makes them run over. But look, you know, it's automatic foul. Don't run by him. Get away. But big guys, they want to take the shortcut. They don't want to like run wide down the floor, Gary. They want to run down the middle of the floor. They want to exert the energy.
Well, they've been the big bullies on the block when they're going up. I mean, why would you change your
it's a foul.
operation?
It's a foul.
Here's Westbrook now. Look at him. Just dribbling around. Off to Harden. Harden's fouled. Nope, I guess not. It's going to be a three. Harden hit it, and I mean Carter was absolutely nose-to-nose with him.
Yeah, these two right now are going at it.
They really are. 77-71. Harden with 11. Carter, a little underhand flip. Got his own rebound. Carter right now is putting on a show. Goes up and going to be a blocking foul. Vince Carter is wired. I mean, he is playing with a fury in his belly tonight.
I'll tell you, look, if he had made that left hand triple scoop, I just had some ice cream too. Made me hungry again. I mean, that's like a, well, that's the other one. I want to see the first one. When he went baseline and he tried to scoop it in left-handed, that's like a double Connie Hawkins.
Yep.
Chocolate scoop.
Tell you, Harden has really challenged Carter, and Carter is trying to respond, isn't he?
Yeah, I like that. I like a little smack talk, just among players, not to the crowd. Just going at each other. I love it.
Carter with a free throw now is 21 points. Fans, Bacardi reminds you to celebrate tonight's game responsibly. You choose to drink, please drink responsibly. Bacardi rum established 1862. Nash is going to come out. Brooks comes in. Childress comes in for Fry. But the story of the night has been number 25. Carter tonight, 9 of 14, 2 of 3 behind the line, 21 points in the ball game after last night having only 9. 77-73.
Alvin's going to continue to go to him, I guarantee you. I mean, he catches him on a hot night like this. Just keep giving it to him.
Here's Eric Maynard, whose VCU team is in the Final Four, much to my chagrin. Up it comes Ibaka, backside, weak side, couldn't put it away.
Yeah, he was looking for contact, didn't get any, and overshot the rim.
Ward with the rebound. From outside, Dudley misses badly. Who's it off of? It's going to be off of Oklahoma City. Nope, it's going to be off the Suns. Wow, that was not a typical Dudley shot.
Well, it goes to show you how tough that shot is. I mean, again, it's a high confidence, low percentage shot. And so sometimes a guy can knock down 3 in a row, and then the next time he barely touches the rim.
43 seconds left in this third quarter. Durant picked up by Childress. Durant follow away, not there. Look at it, Ibaka go up with a rebound.
Yeah, he rebounds out of his area. I mean, he just went from one side of the bucket to the other and got the rebound.
That's his 10th rebound of the night. Maynard outside now with 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Trying to get the ball to Durant. 10 seconds. 5 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock. Skip pass to Harden. 4 seconds. Harden bring it out to Collison. He shoots it. Shot clock was expiring as he hit it. Collison now with 6 points in the ball game. Here is Brooks' long shot, and that's going to bring us into the third quarter. Well, the Suns in the previous 3 games led going into the fourth quarter, but not tonight. As they find themselves down 79-73, Nash to Gortat. As the Suns have a lot of work to do with 12 minutes left to go, and the Suns desperately needing a win. Arizona on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. By Casino Arizona, feel the win. Sports Laser Eye Center, TMIDoc.com. See the best you can see. And by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Suns trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Oklahoma City trying to win their 5th in a row. We have 12 minutes to go, and the Suns find themselves down 79-73. Here's the LifeLock score by quarters. You can see the Thunder had 33. The Suns won the second quarter, and the Thunder by 2 in the third. As we come back in with Brooks and Warwick, along with Childress, Dudley, and Vince Carter. Carter's been the story tonight with 22 points.
Alvin Gentry trying to force Scotty Brooks' hand and taking his big guys out of the game, going small, but the big guy, Vince Carter, is playing huge.
You know what? I think I let him shoot the ball every time down the floor.
Yes, when you're in the zone like he is right now, no one else should be allowed to shoot.
24 points. I mean, Eddie, have there been 2 shots alike?
No, everything. The circus act is here, and that's when he gets hot. That's why they call it Vinsanity. That's
right. Cephalosa way off balance, and bodies hit the floor. And what do we got here? Kevin Fear discussing it, and we're going to have a call now by Ken Maurer. It's going to be a foul on Warwick. That'll be his 4th. The collision underneath, and they're going to give Warwick the foul. He came over the back of Cephalosa, and then Collison had his legs cut out from under him, and Alvin Gentry doesn't like the call at all. Boy, I don't know how that could be a foul on Warwick.
I can see what he's saying. What he told Akeem, I think I can read lips, is when Akeem fell, Collison touched the ball. And when he touched the ball, he tripped over Akeem Ward, and that allowed him to make the foul. I don't know. Man,
that's the longest explanation I've ever heard of a foul.
Look, and I'm a professional lip reader, so that's what he said.
I knew you were. 79-75, and the bottom line is the Thunder get it back. Out it comes to Harden. Long 3 by Harden. That's a big one. That is a big shot by Harden. As he nails it from outside, he has 14 points. 82-75. Suns don't want to get too much further behind. 11 minutes to go in this game. Brooks trying to shake Maynard. Maynard's a good defender. Off it comes to Dudley. In the corner to Brooks. Brooks trying desperately to find a shot. Out it comes to Dudley. Dudley with 7 on the shot clock. He goes up. He's fouled. But I'll tell you, Harden commits a foul, but Oklahoma City was swarming him on defense that time.
They're swarming, but it's too much catching and waiting. You know, catch it. You don't have it, move the ball. Catch it, go on the dribble, create for somebody else. But right now, white shirts catching and holding the ball and being defensive with the ball on offense, and that's not going to work.
Harden with his 4th foul as Dudley at the free throw line. Dudley now with 12 points in the ball game. You know, the Suns tonight 14 of 19 from the free throw line, which isn't much different than the leading team in the league. Oklahoma City's 14 of 20 tonight. Dudley got both of them.
Well, the Suns have kept them off the line in the second half, and that's huge.
82-77. Eric Maynard gets it off now to Collison. Back to Maynard. Brooks comes out on him. Inside to Harden. Lost the handle, but it's touched by Warwick. Warwick is really upset. He thought he had a bad call a moment ago on the foul, and now he thinks it's not off of him, but our guys in the truck say it went off his foot.
Yeah, those guys have those super lenses. They can really get closer than we can, Gary.
11 seconds on the shot clock as they inbound. And we're going to have a foul on Carter. Carter jumping out. So they'll take it side out. Harden will inbound.
Harden's the guy. He's feeling good right now. So if you're Josh Childress, you don't leave him too much. You know, let Maynard and Collison take shots. Cephalosa.
Oklahoma City 7-6 this year in second game of back-to-backs. As Maynard rolls up, can't get it. Warwick comes down with the rebound, so the Suns finally get the ball out of this end of the floor. Brooks comes the other way. Cephalosa on him.
Can't forget about Carter.
That's right. Carter trying to jockey for position. He and Harden really battling inside. Here it comes to Carter. Carter not able to hit this one.
Well, yeah, what did I say? Don't catch it 15 feet. Fight for your position before you get the ball.
Carter 10 of 16 shooting tonight. Inside 10 minutes to go. Harden brings it out to Maynard. Maynard sets and hit it.
Yeah, you know, this bench crew right here is not going to last long. If they continue to allow wide open shots. Now, I don't mind Maynard shooting it, but somebody has to have a hand up.
85-77. Biggest lead in this game has been 8 points. And that's where we are right now. Brooks picked up by Maynard. Maynard's really doing a good job on Aaron Brooks. Brooks just cannot seem to shake it. Off it comes to Warwick. 4 on the shot clock. Suns didn't get a good look. Harden comes down with the rebound.
Well, this unit has been huge defensively. They went small as well as the Suns, and right now everything's working for them.
Harden just hit another big shot, and he took contact from Vince Carter. Carter ended up with the foul, but watch Harden here, how strong he is. He got bumped.
He's good. He's good at getting to the rim. That's why he was a high draft pick. His ability at ASU was he broke down defenses and got in the paint and created for mostly himself, but also his teammates. And he's doing the same thing here in a professional uniform.
Well, he has 16 points, and that's what he's been averaging since the All-Star break. And then they miss the free throw. Sefolosha comes up with a rebound. Suns with a missed opportunity. 9 minutes left to go in the ball game. Daquan Cook, don't get him going. Rebound is cleared by Dudley. Dudley goes up aggressively and hugs the ball. Off it comes to Childers. Timeout, Suns. Alvin Gentry, his team down by 10 points. Their biggest deficit of the night. Needs something to get him going. It's been Vince Carter that's been the main man, but somebody else is going to have to come along.
The VIP premiere, the Pat Tillman Legacy Show. Tickets are $10 with all proceeds supporting the Tillman Military Scholars Program. For more information, visit foxsportsarizona.com. Seating is limited, so reserve your spot today. Mark McClung back with you courtside, and we have found Samantha Murphy, the all-time leading scorer in the history of the Grand Canyon University women, the Division II Player of the Year, and you're a scorer. So what's it like when you get going like Vince Carter got going tonight?
Yeah, Vince Carter's having a great game, but obviously that's a great feeling. When you can't miss, there's really nobody can stop you out there. There's nothing like that. So
you once had 49 in one game. What's the next step for you now that you've graduated or going to graduate?
I'm trying to play professionally. That's the next step, and I'm going to start working a lot harder and probably get a little bit better because that's definitely the next step.
Got a chance to work out with the Mercury today. I know that was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, I never could tell you. I probably never would think I'd be working out with Diana Taurasi and Penny. So that was an awesome experience.
Thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of the game. Guys?
Well, look, you win Player of the Year and you score like that, you can work out with anybody.
I think so, too. Childers hits with that. Carter a moment ago hit a basket. He now has 26 points. Maynard tries to hit from the corner. Gortat brings it down. Suns down by 8. Aaron Brooks thus far has taken only 3 shots. He just can't get open. Now he goes in, stripped, and Harden saved it.
Wow, that ball gave a bounce of just strictly vertical in the air. Normally it bounces out on an angle. That time it just bounced straight up.
You know, this Oklahoma City team, that's a foul on Childers trying to check Harden. Harden's had a lot of contact in this game. Oklahoma City, Eddie, comes into this game tonight in the month of March with a 13-2 record. If they win tonight, that would be the most wins they've had in franchise history for any month. 13-2.
You know, they weren't inconsistent at times this year, but I think people thought they were because they would get into little mini losing streaks and things of that nature. But this is a dangerous basketball team right now in terms of how they play and how they spread the ball around.
Well, and I think what you have to understand, they're so young. I think when you're young like that, those things happen. And there's Durant. Durant now with 18 points. Back to a 10-point lead. 7:35 left to go, and Brooks is fouled by Mohammed, who just checked into the ball game. Aaron Brooks is working so hard to get something going offensively, but they have been on him and made it tough, and he's going to come out of the game now, and Steve Nash will come in.
It just wasn't his night to score, and I think that will be the evolution of Aaron Brooks. When does he recognize, okay, it's not going to be my night to score, so I'll facilitate in order to stay on the floor. Because if he's going to be judged by points alone, then his minutes are going to always be sporadic.
Nice to Gortat, comes in, tries to put his stamp on the game right away. Ball deflected out. Nash saved it. Carter, 3. Oh, that would have really helped. Gortat comes down with it, digs it out, goes up, and he's hammered. Take your pick. Collison or Mohammed, they both got it.
In Collison's contract, look, if you come out of the game and you don't have 4 or 5 fouls, you didn't do your job. So he's going to foul everybody.
Look at this block here. It's Westbrook. It looks like he got a hand on it.
Yeah, he did. He came over the top and surprised Gortat, who has been a guy that's been dunking the ball, not giving guys that opportunity. But again, I think Ibaka really bothered him early.
Yeah.
I think but he's got to recognize Ibaka can't block his shot now. He's sitting over there on the bench.
Patterson picked up the foul, his 4th, as Gortat connects. Sun 6-man, save your seats for the 2011-12 season. If you have not yet renewed, tomorrow is the final deadline to secure the best prices and to save your seat location. Protect your seats and renew now at my6man.com or call 602-514-5444. You're part of our legacy. Continue with us.
All about Durant and Westbrook. Sun's going to have to get stops on those 2 guys.
Durant goes to the hole, changed the shot, got it back, but I think he was out of bounds.
That's stop number 1. In order to win the game and finish it against this team, it's all about stopping those 2 guys down the stretch.
And that is a tough assignment. Thunder trying to win their 3rd straight game at the USA Center following a 6-game losing streak in this series here in Phoenix. 9-point lead, 6:48 left to go. Nash to Childers. Childers goes inside. Tried to pass it to Gortat, and we have 3 seconds in the lane.
Yeah, Josh Childers, again, I applaud him for the job that he's doing, but the one area of his game that he's got to get better at is he's got to knock down that little mid-range shot. I mean, James Harden didn't even think about running out at him. And Josh Childers put the ball on the floor and came right to the defense.
Childers has such a funky-looking shot.
Yeah.
And he's, as we said, has only hit 1 of 13 threes this year. So that's not in his wheelhouse. Collison, I don't know if he shot it or was just passing it, but Mohammed put it in. 11-point lead now. This is the biggest lead of the game. 6:22 left to go. Dudley getting ready to come in for the Suns. Nash trying to explore and find something. Gets it to Gortat. He lost it on the way up. Looked like Mohammed got banged up a little bit on that play. Westbrook will back it out. We're approaching the halfway point of this 4th quarter. Harden goes baseline, foul away. Tell you, this guy's tough. I got to tell you, Harden is a vastly improved player.
So he can score. I mean, you know, he's not going to have huge scoring nights every night, but what he's done tonight has been huge for them. He's offset what Vince Carter has brought for the Phoenix Suns.
He has 18 points, and he's played some tough defense. He's had a physical presence, and the Suns, they're in a little bit of trouble. At Harden while we were away, and Eddie, when he played at Arizona State, he was a southpaw, and had a lot of times the sense that he only could go left.
Yeah,
but he has really changed that.
Yeah, he's a lot like Ginobili in that Ginobili, you force him to his right, but once he gets past you, the ball somehow gets back to his left hand. So it's almost like he goes right to go left once he gets past you. So so I think he has done the same thing that Ginobili has done.
Yeah.
In terms of being able to offset the fact that you're trying to make him go right every time.
We're talking about James Harden, the 2nd-year man from ASU. Time for tonight's Laser Pass, sponsored by Schwartz Laser Eye Center, teameye.com. See the best you can see. This is the pass from Nash to Vince Carter.
Yeah, Vince went up and got this one like he was just resting at home. Like he had a Nerf hoop in front of the couch. I mean, his jumping ability is still there. I mean, it's not like where it used to be, but he is still in the 90th percentile, no doubt about it.
Brett Bender, our statistician, pointing out as this game wears on, the Suns are scoring fewer points each quarter. They had 28 in the first, 23 in the second, 22 in the third, and now with only 7 in the 4th quarter.
Well, and Oklahoma City is known to be a good defensive team down the stretch. I don't know if it's been their defense. I think more so the Suns. The ball had been sticking in White Shirt's hands. Maybe relying too much on Vince Carter in early in the quarter, maybe because he had it going. Now guys are standing around. You got to get that movement back into the game. Allow Steve Nash to penetrate a little bit and find Channing Frye, Jared Dudley, and now even Vince Carter for that 3-point opportunity.
Carter with 26 points, and Last 4 games, he had a total of 25, so he has really stepped up tonight. You know what's interesting, Eddie? After Carter, though, the next highest scorer has 12.
Yeah,
I mean, there hasn't been a lot of help for Carter.
No, not at all. And Gortat normally is that guy that's up there, and he has had a subpar game. He needs to maybe take that nose up, you know? Seriously. I mean, because a lot of times you have injuries, you think you're being aggressive as usual, but maybe you're not. And he's had a tough game.
Well, he took the tape off. Maybe that's what happened. Carter goes in, can't finish. Rebound is going to be cleared by Perkins, who's come back into the ball game. Perkins hasn't played very many minutes, had a lot of foul trouble. And we're going to have a foul on Carter. No, it's a technical. It's a technical on Carter. We had a tee earlier on Nash, now one on Vince. Vince thought he was fouled on that drive inside a moment ago. And he may have been.
Yeah, maybe. But, you know, look, this is still a game in reach, and you just can't give teams free points.
And here's a guy who will make you pay at the line. He comes in here 13th in the league in free throw shooting. Watch this again, Eddie. What do you think?
But it's definitely contact. Now, you know, in the fourth quarter, are they going to call contact? You know, and Vince knows it all too well. And it's more about concentration now and just fighting through the lack of getting that call.
Suns now down by 14 points in this ball game. Westbrook creating as only he can. Durant way outside, no limit to the range. He now has 22 points. Timeout. The Suns right now find themselves down by 17 points and running out of time with 5:18 to go. Suns wanted to have a winning record at the start of the night. They'd have to go 6-3 in the last 9 games, and right now they're in danger of dropping 2 games below 500 at 36-38.
Well, when you allow teams to get good looks, you get yourself in trouble. And Durant is
the All-Star break, 5-10 in March, as opposed to what we mentioned earlier. Oklahoma City's 13-2 record-wise in March. Teams going in different directions right now. Here's Carter, gets it out to Dudley, off to Gortat. 5 minutes left to go in the game. Dudley inside, blocked by Perkins. Carter goes in, trying to create, and he'll be going to the free throw line. So Carter's been the story. 26 points tonight. Next highest scorer is Dudley with 12.
You think, you know, a 17-point deficit is insurmountable, but it's really not. I was watching the Miami Heat Cleveland Cavalier game last night. The Cavaliers were up 23 points with 5:39 to go in the quarter, and the Heat was a shot away from tying them before the end of the quarter. So the 24-second shot clock will let you get back in if the Suns can tighten up defensively, maybe make something happen.
The defensive play is brought to you by Right Guard. Never get caught off guard. There's a Channing Frye rejection inside against Durant.
Yeah, well, you know, what happened, Josh Childress delayed him a little bit and allowed Channing Frye to come over, get the block. Durant steps out of bounds.
Carter hit the first free throw, and he got the second. 27 points for Carter. And
Hacker Perkins.
That's what they're going to do. Yeah. That was Dudley reaching in. Now Perkins is a 51% free throw shooter. Last year he shot 58% for the Celtics.
You know, it's weird because, you know, you're a real good free throw shooter. You're running to the ball wanting to get fouled, and like happy you can get 3 points. When you're not, you're mad that people foul you. Get upset about it.
Well, the Celtics, not only did they have a bad free throw shooter in Perkins, they added another one, Shaquille O'Neal. Think about what they never seem to matter to them. They just find a way to beat you anyway.
No.
Is Shaq going to play again? What's going on with him?
He's ended his career on the Twitter. He's a Twitter guy.
Perkins with 9 points, 1 of 2 free throws. 4:46. Nash brings it out to Dudley, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Dudley.
Yeah, you know, I think Shaq. I think they're saving Shaq. Obviously, they got to. Jermaine O'Neal just came back, but I just don't think they have enough. I think they're older in the tooth, and I just wouldn't be surprised to see, you know, the Boston Celtics not make it.
Wow.
Heard it here first.
Eddie Johnson, and there they go. Another foul. Gortat reaching in on Perkins. I've often wondered if you were in this position, Eddie, Perkins and Shaquille and some of the players. I mean, does it tick you off?
Well, it shouldn't. You should be embarrassed that you can't make the easiest attempt in the game. Nobody's guarding you. You think about it. This is the only time during a basketball game where you can actually attempt a shot. You get 10 seconds and nobody's guarding you.
Yeah, but I mean to be sent to the line with the fact that, oh, hey, we know you can't hit a free throw. Well, Perkins just hit one.
Yeah, well, he's throwing it back in Alvin's face, and that's the only thing he can do.
Got both of them. He's got a nice looking stroke. 100 to 82, so Hack of Perkins isn't working all that well.
What if it was a 2-point game? It would have been air balls.
In the corner, Dudley, nice ball movement, and that's going to be blocked by Durant. Gortat yelling. He thought maybe that was goaltending.
They got in Martin's head early on. They really did. And it started with Ibaka. You know, Ibaka blocked his shot a few times early in the game, and every attempt that I think he's had, it's been a real quick because he's worried about the shot block, and so. That's something when he looks back on film, he's got to recognize, because really a head fake there, and one dribble, he's dunking the basketball.
Yeah. Well, for 19 games, he's been in double-digit scoring, but tonight he's at 9 as Perkins to the line again. Carter taking the foul this time. Carter with 4 fouls. So the Suns have right now Gortat with 5, Fry with 4, Warwick with 4, and Carter with 4. The Clippers, Blake Griffin coming. Let me tell you something. He is worth the price of admission to come see him on Friday.
No doubt about it. If you haven't seen him, if you've seen him, still come see him again. And if you haven't, you better be here because it's unbelievable how that guy plays, the type of energy that he has, and the guy plays to the moon. I'm telling you, he jumps as high as anybody I've ever seen.
Nice play by Aaron Brooks. I tell you, Griffin is such a competitor. I mean, the last game where he ended up getting in all kinds of foul trouble against the Suns, I've never seen the look on a guy's face like he has.
Yeah, he is definitely a man-child. No doubt about it. He is beyond his years, and if he stays healthy, he is going to have a Hall of Fame career.
Here is Westbrook creating outside to Harden. 5 on the shot clock. Harden's going to pull up, and Harden continues to be a thorn in the Suns' side. He now has 20 points.
He's so methodical, and that's that's what Jared Dudley has. When you're methodical and you're slow moving, and then all of a sudden it's a burst, you're just difficult to deal with.
Dudley takes Westbrook inside. Nice job by Jared. He has 14 points. Eddie, how good is this Thunder team?
Yeah. I think they can get out of the Western Conference. I mean, they're that good. If things fell their way, I mean, they are that good of a basketball team. They can win in anybody's building, and if you give them an opportunity to win a series, they're going to take it from you.
Well, they scared the heck out of the Lakers last year. Got eliminated to 6 games in the first round, but I'm going to tell you, it was quite a finish. And that ball knocked out with 22 seconds. Dudley and Durant. What do we got here? That ball hit the official? What happened there?
Well, that's wild. The official tripped Jared Dudley, and he said, my bad, and he's giving the Suns the ball. Now, I'm not a rule guy, but I think the official is a part of the game, and even though Jared did trip, that has no bearing on whether he misses the ball. That should be Oklahoma City's ball. From what I know, he's just being nice, and I think the officials are meeting on it. Realistically, that is not about him as being his bad. It just so happens he is a part of the game, and that's what happened.
Well, the discussion is over. Alvin Gentry yelling in at Kevin Fear, wants to know what it was all about. Kevin explained I tripped him. And so they're going to award the ball to the Suns with 22 seconds. So Dudley will inbound. Garrett Siler's coming to the ball game.
And that's what Alvin said. Alvin said, I can still be our ball. And, so it's an official feeling bad that he tripped the player, but unfortunately that should not have been the Suns basketball.
Siler with a slam dunk. Also Xavier Dowdell is coming to the ball game. So the Suns are going to suffer their 4th loss in a row. They'll have lost 9 of their last 12. There'll be 2 games below 500, and if they want to have a winning record, it is getting difficult. We said at the start of the night they'd have to go 6-3 to do that, and you look at some of the games coming up. The Clippers is very winnable. Then you go on the road. You got to play the Bulls. You got to play the Spurs. I mean, it's going to be tough. Here's Seiler. Seiler with a couple of quick baskets.
I like Silas. You know, Silas just worked hard all year. You know, he's just biding his time. But I tell you, I think next year, he's fortunate enough to be in a Suns uniform and probably will be. I mean, he can play a role. I mean, he has really improved.
He's lost a lot of weight. He's gotten a lot more confidence. He's a good teammate. And you watch him in practice. I mean, he plays hard.
And he's got some good footwork down low. He really does. I mean, he's able to get, you know, he's going to get great position.
Ibaka able to score. We're going to see Nate Robinson coming into the ball game. One of the guys who came over in that Celtic trade. 1:45 left to go. So Brooks has really been shut down tonight. 7 points. For that matter, there's only been 2 guys in double figures tonight. And Dowdell, who never seems to disappoint you, hits the shot. 110-92. And so Oklahoma City, who'd won 2 of the first 3, will take the season series. Suns, including tonight, have 6 games against teams that will be in the playoffs. So that's going to show you how tough it is the rest of the way. 1:14 left to go. And the steal by Harden. Harden to Maynard. And a little weave pattern, if you will, as they go down the court. And this has been a pounding by this Oklahoma City team. Timeout, should say a foul by Maynard. They want to get some guys in the ball game. Royal Ivy's going to come in. Nate Robinson will come in. Robinson has played only 1 game with the Thunder. He had surgery on his knee. Came over that trade with Perkins for Jeff Green and Nanette Christic.
But let me tell you, he's not going to probably play a lot.
Well, somebody's just been tossed out of the game. Who did he throw out?
He just tossed Dowdell.
Are you kidding? Well, how did that happen? What? And now we got another guy getting tossed. It's going to be Aaron Brooks.
Hold on, I'm going to get up under the table. He's going to toss me in a second.
Well, I've never.
Because I'm getting ready to say something about it.
Well, the 1:05 left to go.
Kid
2 guys. Now, Dowdell of all people.
Ken Mile, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This.
Nah, I like Ken Mile. You know, nice guy, keeps himself in shape. You know, he's one of them pretty boy officials, you know. But still, you know.
He will throw you out if you heard that.
But how in the world can you throw out 2 guys? The game is over. What did they say?
I don't think we want to know.
Wow.
So Kenny Maurer has gotten rid of a couple players. Now Chandler's going to have to get somebody in the ball game. He's got only 3 players left right now on the floor.
Unbelievable. I've never seen that before.
Well, not at this stage of a game. I mean, I've seen it, you know, when the game is heated.
What did Aaron Brooks do? I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know, but Dowdell started it, and then all of a sudden Brooks was waved off the floor. Alvin Gentry's over here. He can't believe what he's seeing.
That's hilarious. I've never seen that one before.
So Royal Ivy's going to shoot the free throws, the technicals.
Now, I'm going to be patient because I don't know what they said, okay? So in all due respect to Ken Mile, who's a very good official in my estimation, been around a long time. I'll wait to find out what they said.
Now you're backing up. You know, I think you're afraid he's going to throw you out of here. You're saying nice things about him.
But what I'm saying is, obviously, they had to say something really bad
for
him to throw them out with 1:05 left in the game.
But this is a children's program, a family program. We cannot repeat what they probably said. I'm guessing.
I've never seen that.
So Dudley bounces one in. I want to thank Brett Bender, our statistician, and Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. We'll go outside and let our guys Brad and Tom analyze what in the world's going on here.
Yeah, we'll try to figure that out. We'll also talk about Vinsanity. It was back at least for tonight.
He was back for tonight, but I'm like you guys. Are you kidding me? This wasn't a technical. This was you're out of the game. And it ain't like $250 like it used to be. Xavier Dowdell just lost half his salary.
For the year.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, Kenny Maurer, pretty boy.
You guys are going to get in trouble. Is that shot missing? And let's just get this over with, huh? 46 seconds left. It has been a difficult night at best. Suns are going to go down to their 4th loss in a row. Oklahoma City's won their 50th game. They will move on to play the Blazers Friday. They're at the Clippers Saturday, at Denver Tuesday, which could be a preview of their first round playoff series. There's Maurice Cheeks along with Scott Brooks, one of the true gentlemen in the league. Siler's come in here and scored 4 points in 2 minutes. So where do the Suns go from here, Eddie?
Well, you know, obviously, you know, we're really talking no playoffs, okay? I just think, you know, I've been on teams that have lost and not make the playoffs, but, you know, it's the way you finish your season. You might not think that's true because there's a lot of months in between, but you have to finish the season on a good note. Yeah. I truly believe that. I don't think you finish the season on a bad note. You finish with some optimism. You try to get refocused, and you go on this road trip that they're going to go on. Yeah. And you try to upset some teams that's jockeying for good position. That is your playoffs now. I mean, just like Cleveland beat the Heat last night. I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers were the worst team in the game. But they played well enough to beat a team fighting for something.
And you can be a spoiler.
Exactly, and that's what they're going to have to become. And, you know, look, they faced teams in the past that were in the position they were in, and they were needing to get the second seed, the third seed, right? And those teams played well, played hard against them. And they counted on teams to beat other teams for them to be able to move up late in the year. And so they have to pay back those teams, like Memphis. They have to pay back the Memphises and the Rockets and whoever to be able to pay back what teams did for them in prior years.
I tell you, Siler's trying to get some playing time. He has very quickly put in 7 points in this ball game, now with 8 of three-point play.
He's a double point in this.
Yes, he is. 8 points in 3 minutes. So the Suns now will go to 36 and 38. The Thunder 50 and 24 on the year. So, Eddie, it was not the kind of night that the Suns wanted to have.
No, not at all. Disappointing, obviously, on a back-to-back. Tough loss last night, and now, you know, they're going to have to try to finish up against the Clippers here and get on the road and do some damage.
Thank you, partner.
Pleasure.
For Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. The next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona Friday as the Suns will battle Blake Griffin and the Clippers. Suns live begins at 6:30 now. For much more on tonight's game, including Alvin Gentry's press conference and reaction from inside the locker room, it's time for Quest Suns Live. Here's Brad Steinke and Tom Chambers.